doing a film that's been a dream of mine for years. I started as a kid doing stop motion on YouTube under the name Private Non-Risks Productions. They're still up. You can check them out if you want to. But on my channel, I frequently talk about the fact that being able to get to a goal that you love, it's not about the destination. It's the journey that's more important. Like Johann Wolfgang von Goethe said, everyone holds his fortune in his hands. Yes, it's a paraphrase, but you get what I mean. I just want to see how rich in life I can become. I've had to struggle to get to where I am, and my road has had many twists and turns. As a kid, film for me started as an escape, and yet, after having picked up a camera from my uncle, he told me he believed I could do it and do anything I put my mind to. I sat on my floor looking at my school computer and my Transformers Springer figure in the other hand, and the rest, they say, is history. That to me was my biggest turning point. I'd enjoyed writing as a kid, but it never really stuck with me as much, though I do still have the books I was writing packed away somewhere. But what really got me going was once my uncle gave me that camera. Back then, Windows hadn't came out with Windows 10 yet, but so with that in mind, I still had Movie Maker for the framing of my shots and timing, and I used VDSC to run through my green screen work, which I can say, looking back at it, is pretty bad. But if I hadn't started there, I wouldn't be where I am today. I've gotten off of my life's task, as Green calls it. Anytime I did, I was miserable. The only time getting off of my life's task that didn't make me miserable was when I was serving in the Army. It had allowed me to open up my mind and body to the possibilities of what I can accomplish as long as I put my mind to it. But regardless, I still wanted to make films. I kept figuring out ways to make myself 1% better each day that I wrote a project or that I came up with an idea. Training would get in the way, but I had to make it a point to try to go to college for filmmaking. The only school that even came close was Austin P, and that was through a creative writing minor. It wasn't, though. I had a primal inclination that prevented itself in childhood, like Green said, and that was when I had my camera in my hand. It was when I got to watch Transformers on Independence Day in '07. It was watching Christian Bale in a giant black tank rolling through the rooftops of Gotham. But did you know that they actually used a model city and a model of the Tumblr for that green screen work? It was really cool. I enjoyed playing a different type of game in my life in my initial video production because we don't adapt with the times, we get left behind. Charting my own path is a must for me because I learned early on that I hate people trying to place their expectations on me, which is a conundrum, by the way. I want to master the art of video production, but enjoy adding to it by learning how to color grade properly or how to mess with audio in a way that makes it profound and makes it work better. I believe we've all experienced false paths before. I still feel like I do sometimes. I don't like the time that I worked at McDonald's or working at Lowe's or being at Walmart, but anytime anybody asks me if I'm retiring for there, I can't help but to laugh. It makes me hurt so much sometimes because it's like I told them when my company gets to where I want it to get to, where I get to Hollywood, I'm literally turning in my vest and everything else the next day. I guess that's why I didn't mind stepping down from my management position because it just felt wrong to me and I felt I was getting further and further away from where I needed to be at. Keeping in mind with the last statement, I do have to remember my loyalties to my family, and that's before anyone else. Anything else is the rest to be dealt with. I enjoy being the captain of my ship and steering in the direction that he continues to guide me in. The last few years of being a student at the Los Angeles Film School and now here at Full Sail has literally been the truest expression I have of this being a life or death scenario for me. In those times I wasn't working on a film or a stop motion or not getting an idea that I had in my head on paper felt like the lowest times I've had. During my time at the Los Angeles Film School, I've gotten into arguments with people who at first thought I was more worried about myself and my goals than my family. And I've had to explain to them it's my life and the goals that I have I'm using to do what I have to do and take care of my family. And I realize there's more than one path to do something. And if I don't choose to take the route of keeping a job and just packing everything up and leaving to uphold a promise to my son, then so be it. I was crying as I was reading the first few chapters of Mastery because it really resonated within me. The things he discussed in part 5 of the Life or Death strategy struck with me the most. There have been times I've thought of creating a no way back scenario by packing up my family and leaving for LA or Atlanta, and we throw in the dice and see what happens. It's funny to me when my wife agrees and tells me she wants to do it herself at times. Like I said on a podcast episode recently, though, I had to stop making it about what I want. I just have to remember that while this is life or death for me and I will aggressively seek the goal, the journey is where I will really learn what I'm made of. It's during the journey, patience is the biggest virtue that I can have. No matter how bad I want it, patience will help me and understand that mastery is not a race as some people make it out to be, but it's a marathon. Comparison is a thief of joy. So why would I let someone take the joy from me and enjoying the journey that I'm on while I get to make it? That's how I believe mastery will come to me in the end. By the end of this course, my first goal is to finish mastery in its entirety, regardless of the class requirements, along with assignments that start with Y and they usually last. I hope to have them all finished by the next time the next class starts. The next smart goal I have is that I would like to shoot a 20 to 30 minute short. It's honestly the fact of it's an idea that's been stirring in my head, and it's a somewhat horror and drama film, but it'll help me gain my confidence in filming even more as I just got a new camera that I'm excited to try out. This is Eli Holland. I just wanted to give some people an insight into my mind.